lovely people, and welcome back to a new video. Sorry it's been taking me so long to post. I have been super busy with work and various other things, but I am finally back, and I thought the perfect video to film, as it's in like 3 days or whatever, would be my reading rush TBR. So the reading rush is taking place from the 20th to the 27th of July this year. Obviously during a pandemic, it's a little bit fun and just sort of tries to take our mind off of what's going on, and we can just enjoy ourselves with a week full of reading. As usual, there are 7 challenges this year. I, like I do every year, have set myself 7 books to read, 1 for each challenge, which I have never in my life completed. I mean, this year might be the year, who knows? It's COVID, I'm not working as much, I'm only working 2 days. So this could finally be the year that I complete the reading rush, although I'm not holding out for much hope. The reading rush have some awesome merch this year as well, including mugs, a reading rush journal, which I would show you, but I ordered back in June and it still hasn't arrived for me, so I'm probably not going to have it in time for the reading rush, which is sad, but I'll just try and maybe use it next year, or when I do my own like weekly readathon. But I will link all of their merch and their website and whatnot in the description, where you can find out so much cool stuff. You can sign up to their website, you can look at all the information on readings and all of those kind of fun things. But for now, let's just jump straight into my TBR because it's a long one. The first prompt is to read a book that has a cover that matches the colour of your birthstone. I'm a March baby, so my birthstone is aquamarine. So for that reason, I have picked Gemini by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have picked this purely because of all of the different shades of blue on it, and the fact that it's not written kind of like in like normal verse. It's got things like this in it. I just thought I could fly through it really quickly, and I wanted to pick it up for so long since I finished Illuminate, and I bought it a few months ago. So what better time to read it than the reading rush? The next prompt is to read a book that starts with the word "the." For that, I have picked The Lying Room by Nikki French. Again, it's on the shorter side, with quite big font, so I should hopefully fly through this pretty quickly. I've also had this on my shelf for so long. I picked it up in Waterstones, I think last year now. Just thought it looked really cool just by the key on the cover, which I originally thought was a light bulb. It's not. So yeah, just thought I would finally get this out of the way, and again, no better time than the reading rush. The third prompt is to read a book inspired by a movie that you've already seen. For this, I've actually, and a lot of people probably won't be surprised about how much I talk about it on my channel, but for this I have decided to go for Bridget Jones's Baby by Helen Fielding. I've read all the other 3 Bridget Jones books. The actual third book, Mad About the Boy, wasn't made into a film. They made the third film, Bridget Jones's Baby, which is going to be weird to read because what happened in this book and in this movie is completely, it kind of like tried to follow the third book but didn't at the same time. So there's going to be a little bit confusing. But I don't want to say too much because it's really big spoilers. But like, some person's alive in this book that is dead in the other book, and the person that's alive in the other book is dead in this book. So it's all going to be a bit doolally, and the same with the film. But I thought I should just complete the series because it's one of my favourite series that I've ever read, especially adult fiction wise. Again, it's really short, which I did not expect when it came. I thought it was going to be the same size as the other books, but it's like half the size. It's like, it looks like a little bit like a novella. Well, like if I compare it to Gemini, it's like well, not tiny, but like you can see the size difference. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Again, short and sweet because it's written like diary entries, so just gonna hopefully fly through this one. This will probably be the first one I pick up just so I can get through it in a few hours. But yeah, wish me luck. The fourth prompt is to read the first book that you touched. Loads of people took this in their own different ways, which I thought was really, really cool. So this I think is actually my favourite prompt. So what I did was I got my boyfriend to help me. I didn't film it because, as you guys know, he's not comfortable being on camera. So I obviously wasn't going to film it because he didn't want to be on camera. But what I did was I got my boyfriend to stand in front of my shelf with me. I just closed my eyes, pointed my finger out. He just put it on one random book, which was then the first book I touched. So for this prompt, I will be reading All the Things We Never Said by Yasmin Rahman. Rahman. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I don't know anything about this book other than it has a mental health theme in it, and I want to keep it that way. I think it's the only one that I've got that's like slightly on the larger side. But flicking through it again, like it looks like they're sort of pages like this, some of them, and some of them are full verse. So I think it'll be hopefully quite easy to fly through. I probably will leave this one until last. I'll probably just read all my shorter books first, just so that I feel like I've achieved more. So yeah, this is probably going to be one of the last ones I read, but I am excited for it. The fifth prompt is to read a book completely outside of your house. For this, I have chosen A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J Maas. A lot of people have told me that I need to read this before I read A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I thought I would choose this one to read outside as it's a novella, so it's shorter. Also, of course, with this prompt, that can be a little bit difficult at the moment with COVID. So again, it's all about interpreting it in your own way. For example, you could just sit in front of your window and with your window open to have the air on you for outside, for example. I personally have a garden, so I'm going to be trying to sit out there, and I'm also going to be reading on my commute to work, and probably on my lunch breaks as well, because even though it's not physically outside, it's outside of my house. But again, you could, for example, use this prompt where you're listening to an audiobook and you're going for your daily walks or anything like that, or listening to your audiobook in your car ride to work or something like that. Or like I said, just like sitting in front of your window, or even reading a book that is all set outdoors, for example. It's all about interpretation. But for me, I will be reading this in my garden and on my commute to work. The sixth prompt is to read a genre you've always wanted to read more of. I've always wanted to get into classics. Never really read classics apart from the ones that I had to read in school. But I've always wanted to read more of them. I know a lot of people like them. I have like a whole bunch of classics at home at my parents' house. But for this prompt, I have chosen To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I don't physically own this book. I have it on my Kindle, but I'm going to attempt to read it as an audiobook on Scribd. Yeah, so that's my plan. I know nothing about it. I just know that it's classed as a classic. So I'm just going to jump straight in. That's going to be my audiobook for the week. If I finish it early, I'll maybe try and convert one of my other reads into an audiobook as well, just because I tend to listen to my audiobooks a lot more than I read physical books. Sometimes I get through them quicker, but we'll see. But for now, that's going to be my audiobook for the reading rush. And the final prompt number 7, is to read a book set in a different continent to where you live. I live in the UK, so I live in the continent of Europe. So for this, I have picked Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm really, really sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. This is set in New York City, so therefore it's on the continent of North America. I'm really, really excited about this. I bought this in Waterstones the first day it opened, actually, since the pandemic, so I wanted to pick this up for ages, but I wanted to save it for the reading rush. Again, it's written in, it's like slam poetry, so again should be quite easy and quick to get through, but I've heard amazing things about it and a lot of people have told me that I will probably love it, so I'm really, really excited to jump into this one. So that's it for my TBR. I am going to try and do the daily video challenges if I can. There might be 1 or 2 days where I don't do them because those days I'm at work and I start work at 1 p.m. and I finish at 9 p.m. So when I wake up, I usually wake up at like 10, 11 for work. And I have to sort of like tidy my house a little bit, put a quick wash on. So those days I might not have time to film. However, I am going to be trying to daily vlog my progress as well. I might just make it as one big long weekly vlog rather than individual daily vlogs, if I'm going to be doing the daily video challenges. But if you guys would want them as daily vlogs, let me know in the comment section down below, because also I want to do what you guys want to see as content on my channel. But if you're doing the reading rush, good luck to you. Post your TBRs down below. I would love to see them, and I'm sure everybody else would love to see them as well. And yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and I will see you guys soon with a new video.